Can y'all hear me? Because somebody said in the last video they couldn't hear. So I'm just making sure now. Y'all can hear me? All right. What's up, pretty girl, pretty boy gang? I'm back with another video today. I'm actually taking a little walk. I'm feeling real good today, y'all. I'm feeling refreshed. I was on live not too long ago sharing some of my music. So if y'all missed that live, make sure y'all go check it out. I think it's still up. I'm only gonna leave it up for a little bit. So if y'all haven't watched it yet, make sure y'all go check it out before I delete it. And that'll be a initiative for y'all to go and make sure y'all, watch all my other lives when I go live. But I wanted to just come on here and just talk to y'all for a minute. A lot of y'all had questions. I did my last video in my moving vlog. I feel like that vlog was boring. Y'all, I feel like I ain't have no energy. I was tired. But today is a new day and I'm feeling good. So what's up? What's tea, honey? I just wanted to thank a lot of y'all because y'all have been giving me a lot of good positive energy and feedback, and I love that so much, especially on this journey that I'm on right now. That is all that is welcomed in my world. Like, I'm not welcoming no negativity, no nonsense. So if you was one of those type of subscribers, you could just go ahead and unsubscribe right now, child, because this is not the place for you, honey. I know y'all probably like wanting to watch this video because of the title and all of that stuff, because y'all just nosy. Y'all are so nosy. But I love it because that means that y'all care. But some of y'all just might be coming here just for that. But we're going to get to that. Somebody had asked, I wanted to answer this question specifically because I think it's important. Somebody had asked me if I went to, because one of my first video that I came out with, I did share with y'all that I went on a 60-day journey. And somebody had asked me if I went to like a retreat or like a place where they do like, recovery and things like that. And I thought that was a very good question because, being that I did go on a journey that long, it might come off as if maybe I went to a place since it was such a long of a time frame. But no, actually I didn't. This journey was actually self-directed. It was something that I did on my own. And yeah, it does take a lot of discipline. It did take a lot of discipline, a lot of patience. But I knew that it was something that I needed. And when you know you need something, you're going to do it. You're going to make it happen. So that's what that journey was really about for me. And I feel like if I could do it, anybody could do it. And I feel like you should do it. It can apply to anybody. I feel like nobody is exempt from being renewed again because, like I said, none of us are perfect, right? We all have flaws. We all have things that we want to repent for. We all have things that we need to forgive ourselves for. And that's what it was mainly about for me, was just the forgiveness and the acceptance from God. Because, man, when you have done so much wrong in your life, it's like, where is this? You wonder, where am I going to end up? And that's my worst fear, is ending up in a place that I can't return from. You don't want to get to a place that you're so deep in that you can't even come back from that. And that was the path that I was headed down. And I love that I'm able to talk about it. A lot of people pointed out that it takes a strong person to talk about this type of thing and to just be honest about it. But it just takes a person who've actually been through it. But like I said, when you go through it, you can't help but to talk about it. You can't help it because it's like, you've changed and you're not that same person that you was months ago. And a lot of people think that, when you do something one time, that's it. No, that's not change. Change does not happen overnight. You cannot do one thing one time and think, I've changed, I'm a new person. And that's another thing that this journey proved to me. It was like every day I just wasn't satisfied. Like, when you go to the gym and you working out and you're looking for those results, you go that first day, it's like you're sore, you feel it working, but you don't see it, right? So for me, that's kind of what it was. It was like, I'm going to this gym, I'm going to this spiritual gym, I'm working out my mind, my body, my soul, but I don't see the results yet. So in order for me to see the results, I got to keep going back consistently. I can't stop. I can't put those weights down. I got to keep lifting. Like, literally, I have to keep lifting. I have to keep uplifting myself. Like, and that is what it was about for me. And the more and more I did it, even in the gym. If you're a Jimmy, or if you go to the gym a lot, you know what I'm talking about. When you go to the gym, and I've heard even people who are faithful in the gym talk about this, they're like, man, the gym is like a release for me. It's a healthy way to release. And it could be anything. It could be anything that you're trying to release. It could be negative energy. It could be anger. It could be frustration. It could just be you had a long week and you just need to release some stress, release some sexual energy. However you feel like you need to release, that is an opportunity and that is a space for you to do that. And so that is what it is for me mentally. And this journey was that it was a release. I was able to release and just be vulnerable with myself, be vulnerable with God, and cry. And like I said, cry and just pray. And even though God does know like your thoughts and he knows your faults, it's still good to talk about it to him, because this is your honest truth. And this is you, like I said, this is you becoming vulnerable to God. This is you surrendering and submitting yourself to him, you know? And a lot of people might think, damn, that's scary. It feels so good. Just like you in that gym and them muscles be hurting and it's hard to push through sometimes, but once you get done and you see them final results, you are happy with yourself. And so I can really say that right now I'm comfortable with the way that let me get some light. I'm really comfortable with the way that I turned out. I'm really happy with my results. And just like the gym, it never stops. Just because you go to the gym and that was a good little walk. Damn. You have to keep consistently. Now it becomes a lifestyle. You know, this is a lifestyle change. It's nothing that you do one time and come on here and be like, hey, y'all, I changed. I'm a new person now. No. I feel different I feel like in every corner of my life, I feel different. I feel more safe, because the one thing that I prayed for was protection. I definitely feel more safe. I feel more guided. I feel lighter. Like, I feel like a lot of weight has been lifted off of me. I just feel like I can be more open. I can be more, even with y'all, I could be more vulnerable with y'all. You know, because on these platforms, a lot of people be trying to protect, hold on. And I don't even want to talk about other people, but it's just the reality. Like, a lot of creators don't want y'all to see that side. And a lot of creators are even afraid to talk about how they get to where how they even got to where they got. And it's like, if we're going to be real with each other and I'm going to have y'all coming along with me in this journey, I got to tell y'all how I got here. I didn't start off like this. I didn't start off perfect. I wasn't the best. I wasn't my best self. I didn't always look the best, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I didn't always give my best. I didn't always perform my best to y'all. And so now it's like I'm ready to step back out, you know, and really share this with y'all and encourage y'all to become a part of it too. Like, because this journey is for everybody. There's no like, oh, you can't do this, or, you know, because a lot of times on these platforms, we look at another person's lifestyle, and because they're showing more than like, you know, the lifestyle that they have, like, you know, the big houses, the cars, the money, the, you know, just the whole luxury lifestyle. It looks like something that is almost impossible to achieve. But this right here, when it comes to spiritual gain and spiritual wealth, you can do it. You can do it. And when you take on the mentality of the spirit, then all the other things gonna be added to you, baby. God gonna give you the riches. So as long as you get to that place and that peace, then that's where you'll find, wow, like, God is really the answer for real. And I'm not even on here trying to be funny, because a lot of people don't like to give the glory. They don't like to give the glory to God, and that's why a lot of people end up in the places that they are. They end up broke. They might have started out with the riches, but didn't end up with the riches because they didn't give back, or they didn't do right by God, or whatever the case may be. I was one of those people. At one point, me and Phlo was popping. Like, we had the money, but we didn't do right. We was not doing right. And I'm here to admit that that's what it was. And when I do have discussions with Phlo about that, we both can agree. We wasn't doing right. We wasn't doing right with that money. We didn't put God first. As far as that, like I said, that was something that I did on my own. It was self-directed. It was something that I did, that I disciplined myself enough to do. And a lot of people didn't even know I was doing it. I didn't have to talk about it, because that was a journey that I was going through, and that was between me and God. That had nothing to do with nobody else. That was something that, I dedicated myself to, because it was something that I wanted to connect to, something deeper that I wanted to personally connect to. And it had nothing to do with anything physical, anything carnal. Everything was 100% spiritual and relatively mental as well. And I think I benefited from that a lot. Because when I tell y'all the blessings that came through that, and they're still coming through, it was like a blockage that was removed from my life. Now I wanted to touch on this because I thought it was cool. A lot of people were saying that where they thought I was moving to, I'm not going to tell y'all yet, but a lot of people are saying ATL. I seen somebody that said Florida. Somebody said New Orleans. And I think it's just so amazing that you guys really do pay attention, because y'all know these are places that I always go. So I know y'all be paying attention to me, because I do travel a lot. And when I do travel, it's usually to Atlanta. And mainly because, I still have, my girl's dad is there. I still have a lot of family and friends in Atlanta. And I love Atlanta, obviously. That is home for me. But I also do own property in New Orleans, and that is home for me as well. I was raised in New Orleans. That's where my mom is from, my family. And so I do go to New Orleans a lot. So that, that is potentially another option that I could be moving to New Orleans. And then somebody who said Florida, well, I was born in Florida, and I do go to Florida a lot. I have a lot of family and friends in Florida. And I love Florida. And each one of those states are different experiences, and I cannot say which one I like the most. I really can't, because every one of those places are like literally home, and they all feel so good when I go back. And so, yeah. And somebody even said Houston. Somebody was like, well, maybe she just, getting a new house and moving to Houston and staying in Houston, but moving to a different house. I mean, I do like Houston, so it's like, it's a possibility. I'm not going to tell y'all yet. Y'all will see. I like to kind of bring y'all along in the journey versus just telling y'all. I want y'all to actually physically go through it with me. But the decision that I have made is just based on, change. Obviously, when you move, it's always something new. You got a new house, you got new scenery, you got new area, you got a new school zone, school district, new people around, things like that. Or you might move just to be closer to family, a better support system, or whatever the case may be. I have my reasons. I have my, weighing my options as far as that goes. But I know most importantly, you guys want to know if Phlo is moving with me. It's Phlo moving. How's Phlo? Phlo, 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 Phlo from Princess and Phlo. I'm going to let Phlo come on here and talk to y'all. How about that? I feel like it's only right for him to actually come on here and tell his story. He hasn't been on my channel at all since I started this channel by myself. So I think it's only right that I give him an opportunity to come on here, because we did start this channel together, and he does miss y'all a lot. He does very much love what we built with Princess and Phlo. And so I want to give him the opportunity to come on here and share with y'all his journey, because Phlo has a very, very beautiful journey, y'all. And to be honest with you, now I will say this. Let me drink some water. This is what I will say. Phlo and I were on two separate journeys. Well, I'm not gonna say two separate journeys, but our journeys, Phlo and I's journeys were very similar. However, I did not know what Phlo was doing, and he didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I did not talk about what I was doing. I did briefly share my journey on TikTok and my social media platforms and shorts, in the shorts form, like shorts, reels, and things like that. But I never went into depth or explanation as to what I was doing. So a lot of you probably, if you were watching that, Y'all probably saw it and was like, what is this? Like, what princess got going on? Like, where's she at? Like, what's going on? You guys probably didn't understand. Phlo didn't really, he didn't really too much question. He just, saw little things here and there. Was like, oh, you doing, you still keeping up with content? I'm like, yeah. But Phlo had no idea about my journey, and I had no idea about his journey. And the beautiful thing is that, like I said, Phlo's journey is so beautiful, and I'm so proud of him. It's so inspiring, and if I can't inspire y'all and influence y'all, then I hope Phlo can. Well, I know Phlo can. And if he can't, there's something wrong with y'all. Y'all the problem, not us. So yeah, so once y'all hear his story, and once y'all obviously y'all already know my story and what I've been doing. But once y'all hear Phlo's story, y'all gonna be like, wow, it's deep. And so when I tell y'all God be really working, and he works in mysterious ways, and his timing is so divine, and it aligns like it's crazy. I'm gonna let him come on here and tell y'all his testimony, give y'all his story or whatever case may be. But Phlo, I don't know if y'all keep up with his podcast, but you might have an idea of what I'm talking about if you watch his podcast, or even if you follow him on Instagram, because Phlo still has his Instagram. So if you guys still follow him, oh shit. Forgive me for cursing, but I don't play with bees, God. Please keep that bee away from me. Thank you. If y'all follow him on Instagram, y'all follow his journey, then y'all can see his transformation. But him actually coming on here and telling it to y'all is different. So I'm going to save that and see whenever he wants to come and talk to y'all. And then y'all can catch that tea on y'all own. So I'm not going to answer that question in this video, even though I know y'all stayed and y'all wanted to want. I gave y'all God instead of giving y'all the tea that y'all really wanted. You see, see how God works in mysterious ways? Gotcha. I didn't mean to play y'all like that, but that's what you get for coming on here being nosy like that. See? Ain't knowing you gonna come on here and get the word of God. Better get used to it. If you don't like it, like I said, y'all got the opportunity to go ahead and unsubscribe. It's fine. I ain't gonna be mad. I just know that this ain't the place for you, and that's okay. Because I'm gonna gain my angels on my side. Because I don't work with the devil no more. I ain't on that side no more. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and walk my behind back home because I'm actually in the process of making dinner. And, of course, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this video. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all stick around for what's to come because it's a lot. And y'all keep giving me the positive comments, and I'm going to keep giving y'all the positive back in return. But I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video.